but then you got to hear me out.
Okay, okay. So let's make that what the video's about. Hello, everyone. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One and Only, here with.
Kratos, aka Seluxus.
And today we're going to be discussing, I guess, the normal monster history when it comes to the battle for Atlantis. We're going to be talking about uh, Amazon of the Sea, or whatever her name is, Spiral Serpent, and Phantasm Spiral Dragon. I'm going to be arguing that Spiral Serpent is Phantasm Spiral Dragon. Like they're like the same monster, but just at like different points in time. And Kratos, aka Alexis, is going to be arguing that they're not the same. Who would you like to go first?
Me.
Okay, hit me up, my dude.
So first off, Phantasm Spiral Dragon, one of my favorite uh, monsters, my one of my top three favorite archetypes of all time. Spiral Serpent looks nasty and gross as fuck. I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want that to tarnish my one of my top favorite decks with its ugliness.
Okay, so Kratos' argument is that Spiral Serpent is ugly, while Phantasm Spiral Dragon is like really cool. So they can't be the same because Phantasm Spiral Dragon isn't like a ugly bitch.
But I do have more cases for that. Now, one thing that I will say is really interesting is they have the exact same stats. They're
Right.
both level 8, both water. They both have 2,900 attack and defense. That's interesting.
I agree, 100%. It seems like Phantasm Spiral Dragon's almost like a retrain of Spiral Serpent.
Right. Now, the thing though, um, the Spiral Serpent does not have any arms or legs, but
True.
Phantasm Spiral Dragon does. And Phantasm Spiral Dragon is a lot more clearly a dragon, but Spiral Serpent is more like a fish than anything.
Okay, I'm hearing you so far.
And another thing,
Mm,
so if you look at, so your argument is Spiral Serpent is Phantasm Spiral Dragon before he got the power from Pacifist.
right,
However, Phantasm Spiral Dragon's flavor text says it came upon an ancient light and gained new strength for its battle. With
right.
its increased power, blah, 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 blah. But if their stats are the exact same, then there would be no increased power if Spiral Serpent was Phantasm Spiral Dragon. There's no increase in power at all because their stats didn't change.
Okay, okay. So your arguments are Phantasm Spiral Dragon's cooler. Phantasm Spiral Dragon isn't stronger than Spiral Serpent, so there is no like real increase in power. And Phantasm Spiral Dragon clearly is like a dragon creature with like multiple limbs, where Spiral Serpent is more like a fish.
Right.
Okay. Before I try and jump in, I want to quickly ask you if you have any additional like points, because I'm about to go in and debunk everything you just said. That's my goal. I got this.
Okay. Another thing is the coloration is different. Um, on Spiral Serpent, the like wing fin things, I mean, they're really fins. They're pink. Phantasm Spiral, they're wings, not fins, and they're red. And then on Phantasm Spiral Dragon, um, he has like a thing, like that most dragons do, where like the bottom of their neck and down to their stomach is a more pale color compared to the scales covering it. Which that's another thing. Phantasm Spiral Dragon has scales. Spiral Sea Serpent does not. Um, but with the Phantasm Spiral Dragon, it has that different color on its bottom, but Spiral Serpent doesn't. And I just don't see how an increase in power could just do that.
Okay, I'm hearing you. Are those all your arguments that you got set in place, my boy?
Um, yeah, I think. Wait 1 second. Hold on.
He's like, but wait, there's more. Let me type into Messenger, like what you've said so far, like your arguments. So Kratos' arguments. The dragon is cooler. The dragon looks different. The stats are the same. Is that like a
Hmm.
good descriptor of like your three arguments so far?
Yeah, but just 1 second.
No problem, I do. I'm out here building a case. I already got everything strapped in my mind.
Okay. You know what? You're right.
Kratos is like, I've already given up. He's like, you
No,
already won.
no, no, no. Look at the trap card Phantasm Spiral Battle and look at the artwork on that.
Okay, I'll look up Phantasm Spiral Battle. Okay, and it looks like a glowing version of Serpent.
Exactly. It's like identical to it. It has the purple tongue, the two horns on the top, the little fin on the side. It has no arms and legs. The fins on the side are pink. And just comparing that to Phantasm Spiral Dragon, where the horns are black, the fins on the side of its head are a lot bigger. It has arms and legs, and it's clearly wings, not fins. So Phantasm Spiral Battle shows Phantasm Spiral Dragon clearly before the power buff because it is Spiral Serpent.
True. So that is a good argument. Let me hit you up with my like full reasoning because I think there's more evidence than just that.
Okay.
Okay. So first off, because we jumped right in and we didn't read the cards, so I'm gonna read the cards for the viewers because they don't really know like the story.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so Spiral Serpent. I'm gonna read his flavor text first, and then I'm gonna read Phantasm Spiral Dragon's flavor text. So for Spiral Serpent, it says, when huge whirlpools lay cities asunder, it is the hunger of the sea serpent at work. No one has ever escaped its dreaded spiral wave to accurately describe the terror they experienced. Then you switch over to Phantasm Spiral Dragon, right? And its text says, a ferocious serpent that was being hunted by Atlanteans. Battle weary and ragged, it came upon an ancient light and gained new strength for its battle. With its increased power, it launched an invasion of enemy territory with a renewed assault. So if you pay close attention to the starting text of Phantasm Spiral Dragon, it doesn't call itself a dragon or a worm. It calls itself like a serpent specifically. And it also mentions that it's being hunted by Atlanteans. Now, why are Atlanteans hunting the serpent? Because it's Serpent who uses huge whirlpools to lay cities asunder. So my boy has been attacking Atlantis with whirlpools, and Atlantis has been clapping back. So my boy Spiral Serpents get his cheeks rocked, and that's why he goes to the light. The transformation that he has isn't one that changes his stats, it's one that changes his typing. And that's why the difference between Spiral Serpent and Spiral Dragon isn't a stats based change, but a type change from Sea Serpent to Worm. And that also explains why there's such a like physical difference between the two, because he
Mhm.
literally just transformed into like another type of creature. And you may be wondering, how is that like a true change in power if the stats didn't change? I would argue, for one, that like in universe, now my nigga has like claws and he can fly and he's just going like harder in different ways. But then even from like a game perspective, think about all the like worm support there is versus like sea serpent support. Like he probably can just do a whole bunch of, not saying that worms are that much better, but still like he's still probably better off being a worm anyways. Not to mention the support that is for Phantasm Spiral Dragon specifically within the game that could then be reflected as support that he has in universe that Spiral Serpent doesn't have. So he gained power, but he gained it in a different way. And I think that
And
explains. Oh, my bad.
sorry, another thing that supports your case, the so the description of Spiral Serpent's attack is no one has ever escaped its dreaded spiral wave. Keyword there, spiral wave. One of the equipped spells is called Phantasm Spiral Wave.
Mm. Still using the same attacks.
Right.
Okay, I
So you
vibe
can
with it.
continue.
And what does it do actually? The first time the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. Um, yeah, it's interesting that it's like a protection from destruction effect.
And
Because
then if the monster battled, you special summon Spiral or Phantasm Spiral Dragon from your deck, and then equip it. Oh, and then your opponent discards a card, which that could be representative of laying of a city asunder.
or of the like, no one has ever escaped the wave to describe its terror. Like that's the one that gets trapped in the wave kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vibe with that. Um, but I think that addresses like why they look different. It addresses why Spiral Dragon is like cooler because that's like the point is that like Spiral Serpent's kind of a punk bitch. He was getting his ass beat, so then he became cooler when he like transformed. And then it addresses your third point that the stats are the same because the increase in power is a type change, not a stat change.
Mhm.
Ballin'. Uh, I think normally in like a debate or something like this, we would then at the end go, okay, so now that everyone's gone over their points, who do you think got it? But I think we're already in agreement that they're just like the same.
Right. And that's why I stopped my that's why I stopped my argument before I passed it over to you. Because I realized I didn't really like pay attention to the trap artwork, and I just wanted to see if there was some way that the trap artwork showed Spiral Dragon, which it ended up doing, so that instinct was correct.
Ballin'. One last bonus thing before I end the video. Just something I thought was cool. Amazon of the Seas. I already told Kratos this. Her
Mhm.
flavor text is a mermaid who serves as a herald of the ocean lord. She protects the sacred domain of Atlantis. I imagine that she probably fought against like Spiral Serpent. Her stats are really low, but it seems like she would be the person who would be like throwing hands with Serpent for then Serpent to leave and then come back as like Spiral Dragon and then face off against her. I wonder if Ocean Lord is like a card. He's referenced in her text. Oh, okay. If you look up Ocean Lord, Atlantean Pikeman comes in. The great
Mhm.
ocean lord who reigns over the depths is served by these lancers. Oh, so he's also not ocean lord. He's like another person who fights for him. Deep sea creatures exist in fear of facing the stream of attacks their lances are capable of. So Atlantean Pikeman also was probably like fighting at her side, kind of thing. Is Ocean Lord a guy, or is he just referenced?
I would say probably the closest thing to an ocean lord would probably be Mulan Glacia, the elemental lord.
Let's.
If you just search elemental lord and look at the water type one, you'd see it. It's not a vanilla monster; it's an effect monster, but just based on kind of the name, it just kind of implies it's the lord, lord of the water element. So,
Okay, so now we're kind of getting into like another discussion, like who is the Ocean Lord? Um,
and even the sea serpent.
he is indeed a sea serpent. Okay, so real quick, do you want to do the Ocean Lord thing as the next video, my dude?
Sure.
Okay, ballin'. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring the notification bell to be notified whenever I do these videos. Stay tuned. The next video is going to be about who is the true Ocean Lord in Yu-Gi-Oh lore. Solexus, aka Kratos, do you have any shout outs that you want to make?
Not at this time.
Okay, ballin'. Well, thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate it. I'm excited for the Ocean Lord video. Make sure you guys check out Selexis's channel as well. Show him some love, subscribe, smash like on his videos, post in the comments, tell him that I sent you over. And thank you all once again for joining. I'm going to make this outro short so we can jump right into the Ocean Lord video. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jump Like the One Only, here with
Kratos, aka Soluxus.
Logging Out. Peace, guys. Chicken a bow.